Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a new video. Today we're going to be having a look at a game played between the top left spawning as the blue Zerg player, Shopify Rebellion's Lambo. And in the bottom right spawning as the red Terran playing for Team Liquid, it's going to be Clem. Good old Clem indeed. As you can see, it's a new map, Berlingrad. No aqueducts this time. No pretty enchanted... what's it called? Enchanted Isles or something like that? Beautiful map, by the way. Most beautiful map. But instead a industrial looking map. You see some green around as well. It's not the ugliest map. What is this? Don't mind it. Don't mind it at all. Yeah. We're gonna be having a look at what Clem plans to do here. Because Clem usually is the one in charge in this type of game. Lambo does like to do all-ins and builds and aggressive things, but not so much blind all-ins. He likes to do a reactive attack or a reactive all-in. In ZVT, of course, not quite as easy as it is in ZVP, where after scouting the initial tech, you can usually follow up with a push as a Zerg or some type of attack in the mid-game. No, in ZVT, a lot of it is more reactive. The early game is a little bit harder from the Zerg side as well. You need to be very active. It's not uncommon for Terrans to just straight up win in the early game, or just straight up lose in the early game, of course, if they lose their cars or if they lose their banshees. Clem is going to be opening up with a fast scout, as we almost always see him do. He doesn't want to be losing against potential 14 pools, 16 pools, 12 pools, 11 pools, 19, just anything that isn't your standard hatchery first. Clem doesn't want to lose to, and as a result, most Zergs have stopped early pooling against him. We have a queen on the way here for Lambo, single drone mining gas right now, so speed is going to be relatively slow. He's going to be going for the triangle, but ooh, this Reaper's going to find it. See what this Reaper has to say about this drone. Not much of anything. Reaper will give it 3 hits and then continue on to fight these Zerglings. Let's see if Clem's going to be capable of taking out any Zerglings here. I think the answer is going to be a big and resounding yes. He takes out the first link, second link might even be possible. Queen pops in about a second. Yep. Second link goes down. Drone gonna be taken out? No. Forces out a spore though. 2 links and a spore being forced is a very good opener here for the Frenchie. It's opening up with a double gas build here. Alright, Clem, look at you. Before, Clem loved to play these big triple CC openers into 6 cars, maybe 2 Banshee or just into 4 car, or we even saw 2 car builds with a very fast second barracks. But now Clem opening up with something a little bit more aggressive. And there's a very easy tell here for the Zerg. And that tell is actually that the third depot goes down at the front. Whenever a Zerg sees that third depot, he knows. Lambo will know that there's going to be no quick third command center, because you simply don't need that third depot. Sometimes we see, as a result of that, we see Terrans hide their third depot behind their mineral line in the natural or in the main, and then go for some type of armory build, some quick hellbats. Of course, another tell is the Hellion timing. All of these things, they kind of tie in together. You can get, you usually get faster Hellions if you play 2 gas. With triple CC openers, you get slower Hellions 90% of the time. We're going to be seeing 2 base, or well, 2 gas opener into Banshee. I've mentioned this before, but very often when we describe things as 2 base in ZVT, it just simply means that the opener is going to be with 2 gases before the third command center. There still is going to be a third command center before barracks 2 and 3. At least that's the standard. I'd be very surprised if Clem does something different here. Let's have a look at that, the Hellion micro here, by the way. I love to see that. Seeing these top Terrans play with their Hellions, just looking for damage. And don't forget how little vision Clem has here. He knows very little. Well, he knows a lot, but in this game, specific information, he doesn't know too much. Of course, he has a huge brain. He's a brilliant player, but he's going to be going for a 6 car into, yeah, basically a triple barracks follow-up. You see the factory is already getting that reactor for this barracks. And these 6 cars are trying to do some damage. Lambo is rotating very nicely here though. First Banshee I think did get spotted as well by that Overlord, and indeed Lambo moves straight into position. Cloaking field is going to be finishing up in about a second and a half, and the spore will finish up exactly in time for that. Lambo ultra aware, hyper aware of the timings that Clem has and that Terran has when they're opening up with that the 2 gas opener. We see eBay 1 and 2 go down. I was gonna say 2 and 3. Not quite sure what you need 3 eBays for. You get fast turret range or something like that. Not very useful. I can tell you that much. It's not very useful whatsoever. Oh, accidentally made a mistake there in the observing. My bad. Here come the cars. Here come the cars. 13 links are out. Queens caught out of position. Banshees at the same time are moving in position to harass this 3rd base. Not being microed perfectly though. These cars stay alive. At least most of them stay alive. Banshees are getting some decent damage in. 3 workers have gone down on the side of Lambo. Lambo has a beautiful worker count here. No 4th base yet though. That might be an issue later on in this game. Because you need those larvae. He's going to be going into a 4-gas Ling Bane build. 7 drones going down on the side of Lambo here. 7 being rebuilt immediately. Lambo can count. He sees he loses 7 and he says, well, I'll just rebuild 7. Absolutely brilliant. 4th base is gonna go down here at 6 minutes and 15 seconds. 8 worker goes down, but so will at least one of the 2 Banshees here. The Hellions once again are looking for some damage. Gonna be diving in. Diving and jiving and chiving. But they boogie away as they see the Queens move forward. Muse landing on the 3rd base right here for Clem, who is already throwing down barracks 4 and 5. And we're going to be seeing his first push, his first move out in a couple of seconds. Combat Shield is about 29 seconds away from finishing up. Lambo setting up his first run by. I wouldn't be surprised if this is Banelings. Indeed it is. Centrifugal Hooks is about to finish up. Centrifugal Hooks before 1-1. And this was all for this initial run by. Hellions are in position. Depot wall is being set up. But the question is, will Clem's response be quick enough here? Let's have a look. Clem, what are you doing? What are you looking at? Oh, we see a split here aggressively. We see a defensive split as well. He's gonna end up losing a bunch of SCVs, I can only imagine. Clem, be careful. 1 medevac is gonna go down. 4 workers will end up going down as well. And his push gets cleaned up before 1-1 finishes up for him. Right now, Clem sees his 1-1 finish up and says, hey, maybe I can get something done still. The answer is going to be no, as Lambo pushes him back successfully. 2 changelings are gonna get taken out. Clem spotted them. 64 workers here for Lambo, which isn't... Ooh! A little bit of a miscontrol there out of Clem. Needs to be careful. 2nd factory coming down right now on this 3rd base location. Huge run-bys being set up, and we see all of these units are being rallied forward. More Banelings rolling in as well. 5 extra on the way. There's already 6 here as well. 1-1 is about to finish up, but not quite done yet. Here come the Lings, here come the Banelings. I'm not quite sure if Clem was fast enough this time around. 9 workers so far are going to be going down. These Hellions are going to be taken out as well. Reinforcements will end up cleaning this up, but not before 14 workers go down on the side of Clem. 2-2 hasn't quite started yet for Clem. Lambo still struggling on 64 workers. Single tank here is also going to get cleaned up, as everything that Clem owned is running... Oh, that Reaper almost got a kill there. 6 kills on this Reaper. Holy crap. I guess 2 of those were Lings, but still. That's an impressive number of kills on a unit that's so useless usually. Banshee's going to be moving forward right now, uses cloaking, sees the Queens and moves away one more time. The vision of Clem. This is the problem of the Terran. Just always the problem of the Terran is the fact that they don't have good vision on any of the sides usually, and sending individual units there get cleaned up so easily by the quicker links. Zerg always has the map control when it comes to run-bys. This was a very early spot. And Clem is going to be able to split away from this. Still will be losing 6-ish workers, but to 9 to 10 Banelings. It's not the biggest loss, honestly. Clem is looking for an angle here, and I think he's going to find it. There's not a single mine in this push. There's a single tank functioning as the solo splash unit here. Let's take a look at that tank fire out of Clem. What is it going to be like? Lambo says, hey, you're not actually attacking anything. I don't give a crap about this area. I'm just going to counterattack. See if I can get anything done here. Banelings will be able to clean up that mine. Still only 2 mines in total. This mine won't be able to shoot if Lambo pays attention. Didn't quite pay attention. Mine ends up shooting. Is there burrow here? There's no burrow for Lambo, so no tricks with Ling Bane. 6 workers go down one more time. And Lambo's pulling a little bit ahead here in the supply. See him throwing down an infestation pit as well. 30 more links, 12 more Banelings. Solid injects out of Lambo, by the way, who really always has larva ready for this very larva-intense army. This isn't quite the fight that I would recommend, but he's going to be able to push it back as there's no more mines in this army. This mine isn't quite burrowed. Will burrow with the drilling claws. Big hits, big hits. No, not the greatest hits, actually. Tiny hits here on the side of Clem, and this run by is going to be doing a lot of damage. Banelings barely not going to be in time, as some of these SCVs are going to go down. Let's take a look at the target fire here. Oh my god, actually taking out a lot of his own SCVs. These Banelings are going to roll in. 18 workers. Can we get more? Can we get more? Yes, we can. I think Clem is absolutely dead here. More links are streaming in from Lambo, as Clem is struggling to hold on here. 76 workers against 43, and it's not like this was an all-in out of Lambo. Hive is on the way. He is on 5 bases. Sure, it's only 4 gas, but completely resetting the splash count once again. 3 mines are remaining here on the side of Clem. Clem has a nice army. He has 54 army supply. 2-2. Oh my god. 2-2 kind of got stopped there by these overseers. Beautiful play out of Lambo. I really do like that. I really do like that, actually. Stop these 2-2 so that while he was pushing with Ling Bane, the 2-2 wouldn't be done. Wouldn't kick in halfway through that fight. That actually helped a lot there in that fight, I believe. Upgrades, of course, help a lot, especially when we're talking about Marines who have such a high rate of fire. Same with Lynx, relatively high attack rate. Lambo already setting up a flank here. And naturally, because he's always run by, and he almost always naturally has a flank on the map. This factory is going to be taken out. Clem right now has enough of it. Big Baneling detonation there because of the mine. 4 or 5 Banelings are going to go down. Reinforcements not quite being capable of cleaning up all of the Zerglings that Lambo has on the other side of the map. We have a single drop here heading towards the right, but Lambo still accidentally had a couple of queens here. Well, accidentally, they were still hotkeyed as well, immediately getting used. Creep tumors being planted down. The creep is perhaps the only thing that Lambo isn't absolutely shining in right now, but the unit control, the unit movement, the rotations that Lambo has been dishing out have been close to perfect. And here comes another attack out of Lambo. Adrenal glands on the way. No money yet for the carapace upgrade. No money yet for the melee upgrade, but I'm not quite sure if that is even going to matter, as we see big stims coming in out of Clem. But there's just too many Banelings, there's too many links, and there's not enough Clem here on the map. 2 Liberators defending the 3rd base, and Lambo says, well, if you're defending the 3rd base, I guess I can just go into the natural. I heard there's some juicy SCVs there as well. And indeed, there is. SCVs get locked out. And none of them get taken away. Oh, actually a couple of them. You see, this guy is rather ballsy, chasing the Banelings. Come back here! Gets taken out by the Baneling. Liberators, not quite the defense that Clem needed on this base. Clem still believing in his victory at this point, but I am not quite sure if I still believe in his victory. He is fantastic micro, and he is the king of Terran versus Zerg, but I mean, a 50 supply disadvantage is perhaps a bit much. Marines moving forward. No, not quite going to be it. Mines. No, mine isn't even going to detonate. Double Liberator will not be. Oh my god, target fired actually the Banelings. Extremely impressive out of Clem. Clem's actually making this into a bit of a fight. I'm surprised he manages to hold on here. There is a single tank and a mine here at the 4th base. The Baneling count out of Lambo actually isn't that high anymore. Clem's army supply is pretty decent. It's going to be taking out a little bit of creep. He has +3 attack upgrades. There's an, I mean, I am excited, but I'm also a little bit in disbelief. It seems very unlikely that Clem is going to be able to win this game. Liberators are unsieging at this point. Oh, 4 Liberators are on the map. 5th base gets built as well. Ooh, Clem barely missing this this run by with Marines. We'll be able to see it now though, and this shouldn't be able to do much of anything. Clem. Ooh, doesn't really lose much. Is Lambo losing his lead here as the game continues on? 3-3 is almost done for Clem. I'm not too sure about this move out, Clem. Every single time you moved out so far, you've been losing army again and again and again. There's just not enough mines with this push. 3 mines total. The defense was going well, but now the attack is on the way, and it's going to be able to take out a base, which is helpful, but let's not forget that it's still going to be 5 base against, well, if this base goes down, then really just a single good mining base, and it's annoying for Lambo that he's going to lose, what, 20 workers? I'm just afraid for Clem's natural here, and I think Clem is afraid of his own natural as well. Links are streaming in. This army isn't going to be able to get back home in time. Baneling count is looking healthy. Link count is above 100 as well. And Lambo with a cheeky run by. Oh, well, this is just a full-on assault on the main base, actually. I think Clem doesn't have enough at home. His army is not moving right now. His medevacs are empty. There's one medevac dropping in the main. Lambo once again is ready. 35 SCVs have gone down. And the production of Clem right now is being assaulted by high numbers of links. We have another... I forgot the name of this spell. God, what is it called? I just don't know anymore. It's the poop of the overseer. I'm gonna have to Google it after this, but beautiful use of it so far. Contaminate, there we go. Good contamination on the E-base earlier, now nice contamination. I mean, this is adding salt to the wound, insult to injury. I feel like Clem is pretty dead, still has 52 supply, but a lot of that is going to be in air units that are practically useless. More Liberators on the map right now than there are Marines. There's 2 Corruptors on the way. Clem scans the top right base and sees that there's a hatchery being built there. He's probably gonna send out a little harassment force, but that's really all he has is little harassment forces. Liberators are being pushed back here. There's 3 mines, there's 5 Marines, and there's 9 medevacs. And this is way too many Marines for all of that. These mine shots are going to need to, well, Clem would have need to install some type of cheat in order to get the damage that he needed with those mines. Won't get it. GG gets called as Lambo takes out Clem. And the Master of Terran versus Zerg gets taken out by Lambo, who seems to be on the rise lately.